Hi, Tom Walls, Carbide Processors. Want to talk today about telling the truth. And the way we look at it, there's really two ways of examining the subject. Bought a $50 certificate from Amazon for carpet cleaning. Guy shows up, says he needs another $175 because the carpet's dirty and it's going to take more work. I give it to him. He leaves the carpet streaked and dirty and water stained. This is not telling the truth the way I look at it. Amazon said they'd back us up, so I call Amazon, get Rebecca, who is very apologetic, gives me an instant refund on the $50 I paid. I got all my money back between the carpet guy and Rebecca. Rebecca's going to talk to her boss about advertising for this guy anymore. So that is keeping your promises. The other thing, though, and this is where it gets trickier, is explaining things so what the customer hears is the truth. And we had a visit yesterday from the national sales manager from Tenru Saw Blades. Cage is what he goes by, and I think it's really Keiji, which I think is something like Kiji. I mean, if you're Japanese, I really apologize for that accent. But anyway, nice guy, and we get talking about Tenru Saw Blades. And he goes into explaining everything that goes into it, and the exotic mix of the metals, the tantalum, niobium they add, the titanium they add, the nickel chrome to prevent galling, how quiet they are, the work they do to get it flat. And I said, how much longer does it last than a brace is? And he said, well, maybe a quick cut, it's about the same. But he said it can last 10 times. It can last 10 times as long. It can last 40 times as long. It can be 20 or 30 times as fast cutting metal, non-ferrous metal, with a carbide tip saw than it is cutting it with an abrasive wheel. So if we tell you that Tenru is a good saw blade, that's telling you the truth, but it's really not telling you enough of the truth. So this reminded me that we need to do a much better job of just explaining how good the tools we sell are. For example, did you ever stop and think about whether your screwdriver shaft is in the middle of the handle and how important that is? If it's not in the middle of the handle, and if it's not pointed in the same direction as the handle, then you're working at an angle and you lose a lot of efficiency, that sort of thing. So years ago, somebody came to me and I said, my pre-tinning is really good. And they said, how good is it? I said, well, it's the best in the world. We've done more research. We're more careful on the products we use, the equipment we use, the materials we buy. So in this case, telling you my pre-tinning, putting the braze alloy on the carbide, telling you it was pretty good is sort of true. Telling you that it was the best in the world gives you a more accurate idea of how good it is. It sounds like bragging, but maybe it's not. Maybe it really isn't bragging if you can deliver. So, few thoughts on telling the truth. Thanks. Bye.